Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today, we want to present the video highlights of the match between G2 Esports and Spacestation during the Six Invitational 2025. Want to remind that you have opportunity to support the channel on the Patreon page. Find the link in the description or in the comments. Enjoy.
That plays out because G2 really are going direct here. We've got the Sense utility is in, the Nitro is out. Forest starts it with a big kill. Full shuts down Dorky. At the same time, Uno does still have Diffuser in hand. That's something, but this attack has been put on pause by SSG as Ashen manages to find Blaz.
I think we're all expecting Tim to see SSG walk away the winner.
Yeah, almost certainly. Just trying to get something going in behind the utility here, but Loira is going to take a lot of damage. Be shut down. A flawless round to kick things off. Benja and J9 so far, who will be out in that advanced position. Manages to find himself an entry, and for all that G2 have been fantastic so far, SSG are looking good against them right now, and there's not much working. Just looking to potentially send a little bit of utility in there. Ashen's going to just take a pot shot with the push G. He will not be stopped. Takes down Uno. Surely not two flawless rounds in a row.
It's coming. Doki's going to die to the zap if he's not careful here out of Forest. I know he's on 1 HP himself, but Doki, no, he can't even get a kill. It's a double flawless.
It really can. You know, if this is the map that you're wanting to pick up, I know G2 have picked Bank, and they're going to be looking towards that soon if they're not too careful. Alamai manages to get an entry, so that gets G2's account open. He's taking down Benja. The Warden's gone as well, but Fultz and Ashen find answers along with J9. SSG have just taken it to another level so far.
They need to warm up soon. For SSG, though, they'll keep on turning those screws. They'll keep on applying that pressure and not give them away into it. Ashen goes down, but Fultz is in behind, gets the two that he needs.
He's the one locked inside a sight at the minute, but G2 just feel like they're stalling a little bit here. However, as I say that, Ashen will be found. The nades come raining in. As to the kills, 3v3 utility dumped in by G2 to get things moving. A double from Blaz puts them in the driving seat.
Charged his way down Piano there and taken out J9, who was sat on that mez spot where you normally see a shield, and also got the kill onto top library. Solid start and has really opened the round up. I'll give it to SSG, Tim. I think the way they set up this round is really good. They extended Master and Office again. They fell back to a second defense point around Mez and top library like I spoke about in round one. Can Forest pull back a 1 versus 2? Because realistically, G2 should have this one closed up.
Just missed his opportunity there. It was a little bit of a victim of poor timing as he had a little look. I tell you what, he could put the diffuser on the ground.
Oh dear.
A 1v3 becomes winnable. It was looking like G2 might be able to close this one out, but it is definitely possible for Forest to do this. And he will! Forest absolutely decimating G2.
Why we always say, don't get too excited by what you see in the group stage. G2 are flawless, 8-0 on maps, but it is falling apart, and Alamau at the start of every round has been absolutely deleted as Ashen takes down Alamau, takes down Doki, both in the mud.
This is almost looking too easy for SSG. They're just running around finding kills at will. Challenge is going to come in onto the window. I think Uno will manage to get that, but the damage has been done by Ashen. And Benja is there for the trade.
The thing I want to stress, it's not like SSG have had to really battle through these rounds to get to where they are. They are outright dominating G2. A 4v1, as much as he'll step in and try and make something happen, Blaz is not long for this world. Benja with another. They are flying high.
In general terms, every team who wins a tournament will have a bad day at some point, and you've just got to have it at the right time. G2, it's not the end of the line if they lose here, which is the important point. J9 and Ashen are up there. Uno instead trying to work his way through underneath, and as I say that, Doki does something about that top floor control, managing to take down Ashen, so that gives the advantage to G2. Could this be their first attacking round that they can get on the board? Uno gets hit, but that puts the diffuser down cold behind enemy lines. Alamau manages to find the kill onto Forest. Opportunity now to push forward, get this kill onto Benja, and think about a plan. G2 should be able to get this round done.
Not again. They've already lost 1v3 this half, Tim. It can't happen again, surely. They're down to 2. It's Loira and Alamau. Diffuser is going down at this point, but I don't think he's 100% where, nor does he have the angle onto it. A yellow ping there, not giving it away correctly. At this point, boys, you hold the cross. We've seen teams really mess things up. I think back to the game the other day between Falcons and RazaH company that saw PSG Talon going home, a 1v2 being given away through needlessly held angles. It looks like a similar thing again here, but no doubt G2 quite fired up. Fancy the chances. Alamo with a 3K in the round. Still half the round to play, a lot to work with, and they've done the hard work of forcing G2 back from that top floor.
Managed to get that first kill as well. Fultz takes down Alamo. Great start for SSG. Couldn't find the second as Doki shuts Fultz down, but Ashen is there with one of his own onto Lyra. G2 keeping themselves in the fight though as Forest taken down the Capitao. That's not a great operator to lose for SSG. You just know that
almost getting rid of him. Down to almost no HP here as well. One more bullet will be enough, but of course there'll be a bit of team assist coming in. Gets his man down. Uno's there with the super shorty, really giving reason to its name. And Ashen with it all to do in a 1v3. They've already won one this half, Tim. Or this game, sorry. Why not one more?
Just going to be searching, knows there's one on main stairs, can do nothing about it as Doki manages to pick up that final kill. Towards mezzanine, so they are going to look at getting the breach open. They're actually taking ground quite aggressively so far. RSSG with Fultz, Hash and J90 all pushing in. They've decided that this is goal time. Forest is getting the diffuser down and this is not good for G2. Lyra 1v4, diffuser down. Clutches don't come much tougher than this. He's going to try to get something going, but the Monty finds him, and without getting the kill on the Nitro, this is almost all but over here. 6-2 is looking very likely for SSG.
And the call just came back online for Benji. He's going to drop it immediately. Of course, Laura being around mute jammers will see that blocked away instantly. Not that it matters because of the Monty up. I'll tell you what, almost gets one there. Almost gets a second as well, but gives nothing. SSG just don't want to open that door to execute.
Got the access that they need and are heading right towards it. Forest is walking on in. Nobody can stop him because he's a big shieldy boy. He's going to start putting that diffuser down, but Alamo with a Nitro over the top finds his range and takes him down. J90 onto Lyra, 3 versus 3, but the diffuser is down cold inside of sight. The big problem here for G2 is Alamo and Doki. Look how low their health is. Fultz finds one. They are now reliant on Blaz and a 5 HP at most. Doki.
A single shot onto him and he's gone to him, even through soft flooring, which is why it's so precarious. Blaz has got to do a lot of heavy lifting in this round, I feel, if they want to get it over the line. And they coming through, and Blaz has just ran straight into a headshot from Benja. That spray through the floor, going to find nothing, but J90 gets his man. What a statement.
To what was going on there. This is a nostalgia fest, and we're in the current year.
This isn't even G2 playing badly. This is SSG playing incredibly well. Other than obviously a couple of rounds, but they really had the game done at that 5-1 defense split on Chalet, which is considered quite an attacker-sided map. I will say, you could have...
They've taken away Blackbeard and Kaid, and G2 take away Blitz and a defender.
Probably his army, I'd imagine, because we know...
No, to be fair, Doki likes to use his army down in server. So yeah, take away the Vigil, prevent SSG...
Really sure 100% how to move forward. So their breaking point is going to come around square, with Asher starting to march his way in towards Doki. Fultz also coming in from the backside, and Benja at the same time has jumped inside a stock. So 3 players all moving in unison, Tim, and they get rid of 3 players like nothing. G2, once again, completely folding, and Doki has got it all to do.
To push from the opposite side because the shotgun isn't that powerful at range. They're gonna get the kill.
Baited.
That's big. Lyra strays out of blue stairs. Forest is ready and waiting to pounce. Uno manages to find Ash, and Uno finds a big double. G2 desperately needed that, but Fultz has an opportunity to put the diffuser down, and nobody's going to be able to stop him. The cover is in place. It is secured. If SSG can get themselves above and hold that from up there, this round is over.
It is, and Fultz has planted. He's got 2 kills for himself for G2. It is not the retake of the dreams they wanted. They've been absolutely melted by it.
Dropping down there, doesn't want to overstay his welcome up on the top floor.
Hello?
Immediate pressure. Maybe that's what G2 needed, a little bit of a livener, but Fultz taken down. Ash and Forest managing to find
time, so it's put them at more of a deficit than anything else. Yes, his gadgetry is down, but you're down a gun. Benja being taken down by Blaz. Now all things looking even. Problem is, Tim, we've seen SSG in 1v3s. They've pulled it out once before. They've came close in another. I don't think it matters here when they've got all these players still alive, and Uno now finished off. Ashen again continues his domination throughout the series, and Lyra and Blaz have got to hold on. They get 1, but can they get the last 2?
That's a good response from G2. J90 manages to make it a 1v1. It's this smart, he will have heard that drone go out, but he doesn't want to push. The flash does make him move. I think J90's got an idea, but he can't find him. Blaz just manages to beat him on the... The sort of shell switching action as the round progresses.
Good shot.
Nice.
So bringing down his former teammate and a good entry shot. I've seen G2 on the receiving end of those 1v1s far too many times now. And I think back to Benji throughout the tournament. I mentioned earlier that he's had a few good games, but at points has been a little bit off the beaten path, has been outpaced by his opponents. In this series, he started out pretty...
Janitor, but they don't really have an answer at the minute. This is going to be a hot drop straight into sight. They've gone with the hatch. Are G2 ready for this? No, they are not. The kills come in, and G2 all of a sudden are on the back foot, and it's body after body. A beautiful attack from SSG, just spotting the opportunity and taking it. The diffuser goes down. Loira, he's fighting gallantly to try and get his way back in, but there's nothing there for him. J9
Time there, I think, realising they aren't going to find the Monty. Shot away as well. Still two players dancing around here, but Tim, the angles they're being peppered from, like, look, there's a Monty in your face, there's a window coming in, you're worried about someone coming down ATMs, you're worried about the rappel. Just a million and one things for G2 to think about. They look like they lack absolute confidence and trust in each other. They're not quite sure if angles are being covered, and at this point, SSG can just pick them off. One comes back, but as soon as they get something, Tim, two more go the way of SSG.
Whilst this has all been going on, Ashen has worked on a backstab over from Square. He's managed to get himself done, but G2 react fantastically well. Loira Blaz.
Mainly towards Ashen and Benji that have had their focus over here. There's a lot of window play for Fultz especially. Try and dig things in. The longer range shots coming in, as you can see from J90. And Doki's found two to begin with as well on the jump out. There's no player here to respond this time, Tim, because it was Fultz that was hanging around dirt that got the trade back onto Alamau. So Doki gets away with two. Won't find himself picked up on the way back in. Massive start for G2.
Yeah, that's huge. Exactly what G2 needed a couple of rounds ago. If you remember, I said they need somebody with a big hero player to just step up, get a bunch of kills, and just open a round up. That's exactly what Doki's done with that jump out. A lot of success found from that. And it just tumbles from there. This is what we see. It's that chain reaction. G2 able to pick up two more. 5 versus 1. J90, he's got a minute and 15. It's about the only thing he does have in his favour. Walks into an FNAT, and you can see this circling, this sharks at this point. It's going to be Blaz to pick him up. G2, they have
isolated away from this initial gunfight, but that means G2 need to build up kills at the very start if they're going to make this work.
Doki's just trying to grab a bit of ground here. Goes down, needs to wait for that Vulcan canister to burn out, but this is it. They've kind of telegraphed what they were doing here, G2, and SSG are ready for it. Flawless round. They've stood tall. Absolutely nothing for G2.
For now, Alamau's got to get himself up towards the top of Spiral, and with these Yokais running around, I'm a little bit concerned that they'll be able to force this Monty away.
Potentially, Doki does manage to find a nice kill onto Forest. He missed his opportunity there. He did have shots. If he hits the headshot, it's a different ball game. But Ashen, he steps up and just manages to mop Doki up. He's going for the Monty, takes him down as well. It's all feeling a little bit desperate from G2.
And brought down Doki, and then taking the 1v1 against the Monty with his back against the wall where he can't get back into sight, and brings down both. It's, dare I say, borderline unforgivable, Tim, from G2. You've got to be punishing far harder than that, but they look unstoppable. There is nothing more that G2 can do. SSG...
Which is what we're seeing here, challenging in towards Janitor, but we've got Doki who's worked in the loan office on the knock as well. We'll see what he does later in the round, but Loira manages to find Fultz, so there's a trade at least, but Uno was taken down. Big loss on the side of SSG. That's your smoke gone, so you've just lost a little bit of denial there. Also, big damage onto J90. He's lucky to get away with that. Shots going down from above quite often find the head. It's a big part of the target, but Doki's going to get caught out.
He saw the head.
Surely he saw him. How has the Legion not gone back in for some more there? He dropped himself back into sight. Benja, I would have thought that would have been far too tantalising a morsel to ignore, but no, he plays the sensible game.
You've got to win this.
Another challenge. Doki has to come away here, but no. Ashen switches to the shotgun and finds his man. Alamau gets the trade.
G2 might be securing trades, but the key thing is SSG are getting the kills first. They're like whittling this team down, and there's still a clash on sides, and they can waste loads of time here. They've played it completely perfectly, always willing to play their lives in the road, the same as they were against FaZe, and G2 just cannot unravel it yet. Down to the last 20 seconds. They're going to run out of time, Tim.
Forrest needs to be careful here because the gap is being closed, and that's the issue. He needs somebody to be able to challenge and protect him, otherwise the shield break will come in. Loira manages to find Benja. J90 onto Alamau.
He can't get away with it.
Desperately needs some support here, but there's none coming. He does somehow survive. No, Loira finds both in the abs. Can't really Sorry, the Shumiker launcher, it's not really landing the fire in the right place from Benja, so he just needs to sort his line out. It's a bit more difficult because it takes a bounce. Loira does manage to take him down. Loira's going huge, double kill.
Straight up from Garage as well. He's been the X Factor in a couple of rounds. It looks like he might be in this one. 2 kills for himself, make it a 3rd. He is unleashed, really giving meaning to the demon part of his name here. G2 have pulled things square. Ready for it as well.
25 seconds left to go. G2 are going to have to get moving, and here comes a backstab from Alamo. He's going to move his way up Spiral, and SSG might not be quite ready for this. Blaz does get taken down, but here come G2. Loira again, Alamo from behind. He's slipped the net, he's got himself in. It's all up to Benja, 1v3. Uno's putting the diffuser down. He's not going to be able to take him out. And that's it. The diffuser is secured, and Benja has it all to do. 1v3 fighting back. He's low health. There's no way that he gets these, surely. That's the first.
Tim
takes down Loira. The final boss is gone. It's a 1v2 now. But no, Uno is there, and G2 get themselves onto map. Seeing the utility start to rain in. That's going to be Kiba Barricade taken out. Fultz is going to be forced to move here. He's taking damage. He's taken out. Alamo manages to get the kill, and that leaves Ashen all alone. Doki took a lot of damage along the way. They know that he's moving down, so they challenge from above. They just need to keep the distance so that they've got the advantage, and they managed to find the kill. They've done it beautifully. 45 seconds left to go, and G2 are rolling here. But Benja comes out with some crazy aggression to retake with a double kill, Des.
You never expect to see it, but it's happened, and Loira's on for it to himself. Blaz hits one more, and Benja's on for 3, almost 4. But Alamo finds the kill he needs. G2.
Give them the energy to go back in it. And if you look at the beginning, SSG 3-1, for me the biggest round difference is round 5. That's when they started playing. That's when they started feeling confident, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just showing that Loira there, 17-8 on the KD. Absolutely massive for him. And I think he was a player that obviously G2 looked to, and they brought him in all the way over from
Blackbeard here, mainly against Doki, but also against Blaz. Has played quite a bit of this.
I definitely saw Doki play Blackbeard on Shaft.
He's definitely played it 6 times so far this week, mate. Yeah, 100%. So it being taken away for that exact reason. And then the Azami to follow as the final ban, again coming in against Doki. But did seem to be much more about a retake onto the top floor from him. And sure enough, here comes one coming up top. This gets away at the wrong time. But it is Fultz coming away with the kill onto Blaz. It's the Jaeger falling down. The Hibana put down to about half HP, but a kill is a kill, Tim.
It is. They don't have top floor control though yet, which could be the problem. Doki manages to pick up Ash, and Forest continues to try to work from Pillar, but doesn't really recognise that Doki has rotated around to read indoor. Loira picks up Fultz, and all of a sudden SSG on the back foot massively. J9O wandering through the middle of site, but he needs to get 4 kills if he wants to get anything going. Doesn't have diffuser in hand, so he can't even use that as an opportunity. And once he gets one, the problem is they know where he is now. So G2 are going to be ready and waiting. They don't need to peek this Doki, but he has a look around the corner, gets taken down. 1v4 becomes 1v2, and I tell you what, it becomes a lot more winnable.
Eyes on the diffuser, mind you. There's one real close here as well. Sees his man. Ain't going to win the gunfight, though, as Alamo goes the other way. Absolutely. Now it's... Oh, out the window!
How about
Didn't see the second play. Oh, he was the other side. Okay, fair enough. I thought Benja had gone down on this near side. It would have been an easy 2K for him, but Benja...
And caused absolute mayhem in the last 20 seconds.
I don't think they heard Doki, even with the phone call coming out. He's got a good chance to swing, and no, they did not. Benja down for 3. It was good cover from his teammate at the bottom of Brown. Alamo into another, and G2, they've stalled them out long enough to, even if they couldn't get the kills, there's still the Yokai available. J9O will do his best, but yet again, he cannot take down the remaining players of G2, and they're up. G2 are the ones running the show.
Plenty of attention coming from the east side as Fultz and Benjo managed to get opening kills. Whatever call out said certainly seems to have worked. Ashen goes in aggressive onto Blaz. This is falling apart for G2. 1 versus 5 already. We're not a minute into the round. Doki underneath on the mirror. He's just going to be chased down here. They've got the blitz. They know exactly what's coming. He gets one, but the trade is there. That's going to be a very solid response from these windows for the time being. Blaz being down in pillar, but Ashen manages to find himself an easy one as Alamo. He's been absolutely gasping to get something done on that window throughout this round, and It's not worked out. 5 versus 4 for SSG, but we come into the final minute. They do have top floor control, but do they have long enough to do enough with it? Forest manages to find Blaz. That's really going to get them going.
Oh, you can't miss that.
You can't. That was their opportunity, G2.
You've lost to a pistol as well. That's a real screamer from Uno. Should have done better with the opportunity. Doki and Loira. Loira especially had some big moments, but now they've got to do it all against the 5-man strong roster of SSG. They've only got 30 seconds to play here, so a couple of upset kills could be enough to get things moving, but Doki might be about to step into a player behind him, I'm pretty sure. One up on New Falcons. Sure enough, Ashen was there ready and waiting, and he nets the kill.
They'd be better off not jumping in, to be honest, because they've got Doki on a crossfire as well. Benja does take down Uno, and that frees things up, but I think there is Doki managing to find one onto Forest. As I said, it was...
Jumps back over again. I think it was quite desperate to find someone that's feeling a little bit cheeky, a little bit peeky onto that bakery window, and nothing is given. Benja into a second, the trade is there, but elsewhere, it's Ashen bringing down Doki. So, I was going to say, with him holding inside a bakery, it might be a little bit tough still for SSG to move on forwards, but the roadblock has been removed, and Blaz has got it all to do. Sees his man down to about a quarter of his HP, and he's in hot trouble at this point. Tim, 45 seconds to play.
Yeah, he's surrounded. That's the problem. There's one above, there's one bottom red. The one above has just come down Brown stairs to join Benja on that side. They can start flooding into sight. They know they've got him 3v1 here. They're all on pretty much full health apart from Volts. It was a matter of time until Ashen cuts him down. Get that mental map made, and then we can start going in and getting kills. Doki, however, is going to pick up faults. That's the ace gone, so there'll be no hard breaching, which may not be the end of the world for a top floor push, but it might be nice to open freeze a wall, for example. They've got no idea that Blaz is in that position, but he can't get the job done, and the push comes through from SSG, and once again, Des, they are finding a way.
Oh, you have to know that this is going to happen, Doki. Benja's been waiting for him, and it gets the down at the very least. Uno with 2 more still to find. We've got a minute to play, though, Tim. He's got to get a 4K in the round, and with Benja and J9 knowing exactly where he is, I'd say this one's looking pretty cut.
Benja and J9 need to be careful. I was going to say need to be careful.
Forest is going to be able to waste so much time here. And assuming they even get inside, well, you've got a smoke to deal with, you've still got Benja.
It's starting to burn them down. It's starting to make things difficult for them because they're constantly playing in a 4v5. The clash of Forest just again holding things up. The support is there from J9. This is clinical from SSG.
Because we aren't seeing Superstar Loira appearing so far yet on this map. Yep, Doki's got a few kills to his name, but that's not what they need. They need far more than that. Alamal steps in and Benja's going to fall down, but look at that. Ashen elsewhere has found Uno. All to do here, Alamal facing off against the clash. This one is most definitely done, as he'll just bleed out here to the damage as it starts to rack up.
Yeah, exactly that. Even when the clash runs out of energy for the shield and is waiting on the recharge like they are now, there's a chance somebody just pops up and shoots him, but as it is, full recharge. Ashen is going to be the one. That's a shame. Going to get aggressive potentially here, but the barbed wire would have given him away. How about this? A battle that Doki wins, takes down Benja, but is moved around by the nade. Just stood inside a sight, looking to pick up some kills.
Got the down as well. That's nice for him to get a second. Doki really stepping in and taking charge, and now that he's underneath him, with those scans available, he can start picking out players above and going clay pigeon shooting.
Yeah, we're really going to see what value there is in the verticals here, because SSG are not going to have much of a choice but to try and hold on, and that's the value. Doki taken down, and SSG, it just seems no matter the position they are put in, Des, they always find a way. Blaz, he manages to take down Ashen. Surely this is a round that goes to G2 as Uno gets that diffuser down.
It's a great read from G2, knowing there are a couple of players flying around Cocktown. They plan completely the opposite side of things down on this ground floor, on the second floor, sorry. J9 with it all to do, a 1 versus 4. Trying to do what he can. He's certainly being helped out by Uno there, who's brought down Blaz at the same time.
Ago, I picked up on their lack of entry kills. That ain't gonna work. Ashen's got the glasses on, but that will. Doki manages to find J9, takes out the Wamai. Ashen taking damage, but he knows they're repelling in. Beautifully played by G2. There's that team player that we're expecting from them. Alamau is there to impact on the death of his teammate. 4 versus 2 now, and SSG, they are scrambling Fultz. He's just trying to hold on inside a reading, try and prevent anything going laterally, but no. Loira manages to find him. It's all up to Forest in a 1v4, Des.
And they know exactly where he is. He's full blinded, but gets rid of Loira in the process. Alamau steps in for the conversion.
But it gives G2 a little bit more space here.
Forest
is the one that's in. I was going to say they're pushing into Bakery now. They've adjusted, they've adapted, they've rotated. Lyra manages to get the kill, and that allows Uno to push on in here. SSG were expecting Freezer, as were we all, but this is a quick move from G2. Could it be the one that gets them the round? 2v2 effectively with the Maestro down.
They got the down into Forest, but couldn't quite finish him off, and that's what gave away the trade. It's what let SSG spring into action and get the trade back on the other side. Forest might not be recoverable here because they haven't got that red control, but look at this. The dancing around, they've got no idea, but oh my god, Alamau in behind at the perfect time. A bit of a siege timing moment for Ash and Tim. They've got to push in. Fultz holding in off towards the right. Double red ping coming out as well. Is now up, good at the ready. Finds one! Can't quite find two. Yes, he does! Because the downs were in place. They couldn't get the finish off. SSG take the...
Dropped away back towards site, so G2 with a minute 10 can start working vertically.
They wanted to play a heavy denial game behind 4 C4s. They've tossed 2, done some damage to Uno, and the third one was ripped, and I thought ready to go. May even find a player above, but as it stands, that's not quite the case. As G2 members start boiling away, though, Alamau the first one to go. Those 2 C4s become even more potent. Last, getting rid of Ashen. Not a bad spot. Evening things out, and now all C4s are gone. So their chances of catching out G2 players, and they've been hoping to find at least 2 with that vertical denial from below, that no longer being available, suddenly this Monty starts looking very, very imposing.
Benja manages to find Blaz, but the answer is there from Lyra. Fultz on the trade. This is a trade for trade for trade. The question is, how do they deal with the Monty? J9 comes in with a huge flank dares, and that is the North American side, SSG.
Initially, when it started, G2 taking the 2 first rounds, with her like, okay, maybe they have the momentum.
Yeah.
But afterwards, winning 4 rounds straight, there was one decisive moment. And for me, it was the tech timeout of Callout. I think, once again, he keeps delivering.
I actually just called it a call-out instead of calling it a timeout. They took that call-out and they did it well.
And you know what, Benja, at the start of the day, you know, you had that interview that we played before map number 2 in this series. And he's saying, I want to play G2. I want to really go back and play against this team that he won a trophy with only a couple of years ago. And this is what we get out of it. This entire squad of SSG playing to their best. And despite Lyra Demons...